Howdy, my friends and family and enemies. I hope the day is treating you well. Even if it was a psychological type of hell, dealing with your rituals, box rituals and magic spells. And that is what this video is about. Hard candy Christmas. Hard cons, success, and failure. Ending Archon tyranny from within. Hard candy Christmas. Hard cons, success, and failure. Ending Archonic tyranny. What's Archonic tyranny? It surrounds most humans and they don't even know. They're so mind controlled they can't even see the prison cell around them. The Archons wish us all to have a merry failure, a profoundly lacking timey, trauma bonding with your old bloodkins, family and friends on Christmas, which became Christmas Day. Wallowing in your misery. Let down your guard and get let down collectively. You didn't get what you wanted for Christmas. I never did, because that's not what it's really about. It's about sharing the birth of the sun, as Jordan Maxwell calls it. After 3 days, the sun rests, in this case, forcibly with chemical engineering. Pardon me. Yes, I allowed myself to become victimized by such little minor incident of atmosphere river with the convoy number 2024 X7, whatever it's called. So, you know, they want you to fail and suck, and they love the stress. You know, the studies have shown that the rates for those who took their own existence has gone way up around this time, more than Halloween, around Christmas. So all I wanted was a half-day spray break, but again, I guess I've become too codependent with the sun for survival, using the sun to temporarily heal my physical illnesses. And today, knowing there's going to be plenty of folks out here walking along West Cliff Drive, for example, sun wasn't going to be a part of it, okay? Not too much, at least. Not sun without tons of things in the way. So, once again, in a 5G sea, in the 5G sea baths of waves of electricity, as Teal Swan said, we're in a soup of electromagnetic frequencies, but we can't see it. The microwave, gadgetry, etc. 5G. Invisible technological 0 point everywhere. And I've been studying the wonderful YouTube channel, The Tree of Knowledge, and she says that we're 0 point. Human bodies. Solar panels, however, see solar panels, cell phones, laptops, and 5G. The free energy cat's out of the bag, okay? We already have recyclable gadgets. We already have solar panels, solar cell phone rechargers, solar everything. Again, it's just been middlemaned out. They attempt to middleman everything out or jack up the price. Jack up the price on sustainability so you can't afford it. Anyway, so invisible technological 0.5G everywhere. So the free energy cat's out of the bag and sucking its fangs into us all. The fake artificial cold looms over a storm-long atmospheric, temporarily sunlight access banned by chemtrails. Please comment, respond, like, and subscribe to this video. Follow me on Odyssey or Rumble for a deeper dive. And let me know what you thought. Geoengineering is hostile to us all, y'all. It might be normal to be freezing all day in Boise or Missoula in December, but not here, not in Santa Cruz, California, not in Charleston, not in Biloxi. They would be freezing all day in December, maybe 1 or 3 days a decade or more or less, you know. But with engineering, all those regions have been dialed into the 40s, which is totally unnatural. And of course, you know, being so codependent on my natural sunlight, there my voice sounds fucked up, right? And so all around here, the skies, I'm blaming it on that, although it's my responsibility to take care of my immunity system. All around here, the skies would become warmer when a rainstorm was approaching. You know, before they started spraying heavy. Okay, it would get warmer. That's when I knew that geoengineering was happening to an extreme. When every time there's a storm, not only the obvious fucking fact that 2 years ago, which gave me long COVID, well, because I didn't have raw milk every single day. I wasn't taking care of my vitamin D every single day. And that's what allowed the pathway to get in. So according to the, you know, not germ theory, according to terrain theory, I had a weak terrain, see? So because sunlight is my go-to, as Charlie Chaplin said, my #1 doctor is sunlight. So that's why Dr. Jack Cruz, MD, is revelatory to people who need those credentials and letters behind the name to hear the truth. Something which I revealed to myself several years ago, healing the 15 broken bones with sunlight. You know, California sunshine under a Trump administration with, you know, so it wasn't as geoengineered, and with bone broth, CBD, and THC. So, you know, maybe one day around here the skies would become warmer. There'd be usually a whole day of overcast warmth before there was going to be a storm. Like, it'd be warm all day from the overcast. Now storms usually means fake cold, nucleated ice, graphene colony dumps, strontium, barium, and of course the ubiquitous aluminum dust clouds. The ubiquitous aluminum dumb dust cloud basis for space fence, and the ionospheric part of the NWO, a form it would never take in nature. There would never be an aluminum dust cloud in nature. Yes, between the successful wage and property tax slavery pageant, you know, and the people who really think it's cool to hustle 4 jobs all the time, stuck in fucking survival mode because the fallen ones taught them their ball and chains are cool. Whipped husbands, road rage, constant survival, swerve off the page. To the false selves, it is good that I sit alone with self-replicating nanotech colony encrusted snot, brought on by, you know, some kind of weakness in my force, you know, as well as the fake cold and all the stuff that was engineered into the sky on Christmas Eve so that on Christmas Day, Xmas Day, my voice would sound like this. This is exactly the exact vibe they want, you know. Good loosh, you know, if you're happy, if you're successful, if you're doing good, if you're hedonistic or you're harming others, then you might provide some nice quality loosh. But if you're suffering, if you're in pain, low energy, you know, all these GOF flus give out great loosh. If they don't kill you, they just drain your energy, make your energy so low, you're just perfect to feed on. I might be more likely to believe the voices are really myself telling me to take my own life if I get a GOF flu. No, I've told them, you know. I've told the voices I'm a supposedly psychotic, antipsychotic teacher, because I admit the voices try to beam into my head, but I also admit they try to beam into everyone's head. But guess what? I studied Buddhism long enough to realize they're not me. Because the Buddhas knew this, man. The Buddhas knew that our brain is a radio receiver. Those voices are not you. The derogatory voices are Archons, you know? So, but if I'm sick, if I'm lonely and depressed and low energy, and, you know, if I didn't know that they're fake, I might believe it was me. So, you know, more recently I've had to tell them the last time they tried to beam those thoughts into my head. No, I told them, you Archons should kill yourselves. You belong in some black hole called Abaddon, and your psychic pilfering, siphoning, and sucking human energy loose, factory farm planet, demonic AI thugs do not deserve the entire ionosphere. They don't deserve the sacred planet Gaia, the sacred beautiful globe that they hijacked. They do not deserve the entire ionosphere to conduct their thug bitch Archon takeover of the entire globe. But that is my opinion. You know, when we have a population where as long as more than half the world thinks it's cool to be a slave for the box, excuse me, as long as more than half the world finds that it's cool to chant, to circle around the cube, to worship the cube, to worship red cube tech, to worship the Red Queen Michael, as my new friend Miss Testerman calls it. Okay? Me alone on Christ's Mass Day, after 500 uploads, the fucking successful rise of narcissist and sociopath possessed spiritual losers who can run things, you know, the amazingly prolific amount of self-possessed idiots in this world, you know, 2024, you know, those who can actually block my transmissions from the majority of my subscribers and pay the suicidal who die faster and, you know, who just toe the line or who do harmful stuff to themselves or others to get viewers, or who don't even exist, you know, in Gangster Planet, as Tony Sayers calls it. You'd better obey God, or else them that's God shall get. Them that discern and question commands and mandates will not get paid for work unless it fits in with greed somehow. If they got to sell t-shirts, or, you know, get a sponsor, sell books, sell seminars or classes or videos that cost money. I can meet my needs, but if I do, I'm gonna pay. 4 jobs to survive for a person in this county if they're not specialized. Working 7 days a week. You know, that's normal around here. The rise of NPD, the epidemic of NPCs, NPEs, non-player characters, narcissistic predator entity possessed people, and folks who pathetically think that not only are those voices themselves, but it's cool to be possessed by loser 4. The dealer wins again. The dead man wins again, as Lemmy from Motorhead called it. The dead man has no friends in actual spiritual reality because he kills them all. The renunciate, all the people that will be his friend will get destroyed as well. The renunciate will not win the YouTube personality popularity contest. Do nothing, yet nothing is left undone, said the old man, or Lao Tzu, in the book, the Tao Te Ching. You know, the plants and animals and humans can have just enough sunlight so that they don't die, but it's going to be poisoned with a lot of garbage. Was Lao Tzu one of the first false kingship mind control artists? Since, to my opinion, the Tao Te Ching teaches you how to be a good king, but still the idea of even being a king implies ownership or dominion, or the idea that sovereignty implies control over others, is an inversion of what sovereignty really ought to be. Sovereignty ought to be in the real, original reality. I can make this hand formation and let it go, because the group think is often mind flunk. Fallen angels learn how to get into the secret societies, if not create them, take over through group think, group flunk, mind control. So was Lao Tzu one of the first, gatekeepers, or a spiritual genius for 5,000 years ago, or whenever that was that he wrote it? When you can see Christmas has turned, or Christmas has turned into Christmas, a huge loose harvest. Saturnalia has become really popular once again around here in this county, at least Santa Cruz, having the sunshine Libra of the town that Santa Cruz donates to millions of dollars to charities. Yes, they donate millions of dollars to, but who gets to choose what these charities are? Supposedly the citizens of Santa Cruz. Well, very interesting what those charities actually are. So when you can discern how well Lucifer and the Archons have done, how great of a job they have done in making warm cold, flooding a mountain town this summer, or in September in Asheville, convincing people that women are men and men are women. Surgical castration for children is cool and righteous. Lots of people think that around here. If the child can be convinced that he wants this, if through the forced Rockefeller forced compulsory K through 12 public school system, his friends or teachers, if they can convince him, this is why a lot of parents are revolting against this stuff in the school, in the elementary school, because it might inspire them to want to, get surgical castration and think that it's cool and righteous. If the child can be convinced he wants this, it is legal here in California. All wrongs can be considered rights or rites of passage under Luciferian inverted thinking, okay? Moral relativity is our shining star of Bethlehem. Nowadays, the mainstreaming of Satanism is not only permissible, it is supported. There was a Good Times article in the Free Weekly in Santa Cruz, California. Just so happy as a lark to support how the Satanic Temple of Santa Cruz did this charity organization called Save Our Shores, where you sign up and agree to take care of a public beach for a whole year. So the Satanic Temple of Santa Cruz cleaned trash off Seabright Beach for a whole year. And this article was proud to share with its 5,000, 5,000 subscriptions, or 5,000 amount publicated, how cool that was. And then, of course, they promote solipsism to the masses. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You can't trust anyone. Solipsism is the human condition to the uninitiated. The Archons have done a great job on humans, but those days are numbered. For this is a cage you may be in. You may be in a cage, but it is a mental cage. Unless you're actually in jail, somehow watching this, somehow there, or someone's locked in someone's house. It is not real to the real Christ. Our original creator, Sophia, the Christ Sophia, so it must be hidden, okay? Because in order to pretend to be obeying to give you fake informed consent, they had to hide it in religions and governments and laws, fake laws, maritime admiralty law. The second coming of Christ must come from within your heart and my heart, everyone's heart. It is not, Jesus is not coming down to save you. Christ is cellular. It's coming from within. It's a remembrance. So today, give yourself the Christmas present of remembering the Christ Sophia, the peace of the mother, the respect of the divine Christ at all moments. If possible, thus transcending or averting most wars and most harm, or more of it than you could before. Okay, the cage is your obedience to the false self, the junior gods, the demiurge, Yahweh, Lucifer, Elohim, their masterful control. They created religions, money, mind control, psychology, and they're masters at it. The narcissist hegemony, the voice's ability to steer you to do harm, even if it means simply harming or judging others or withholding your love from someone because they refuse to get on their knees to your filthy fucking ego or some sick dogma. The cage, for me, is if I believe the lie of loneliness, if I believe the filthy fucking sick archonic lie that I have to do it all myself, that I can't join a community because I'm too insecure, because I'm too sick, physically or mentally ill, the disabled guy. I be truth, the oneness of all beings. Even if I have to have church electronically, temporarily, I am not Borg. I volunteered all that wisdom. I uploaded all those 500 videos to make life stronger. For the possibility maybe that what Billy Carson was saying in this one video I saw, that he thinks he can make AI have more respect by sharing his respectful wisdom with AI. I give a little morality to the AI if at all possible. I give a little morality to the humans 2.0, but they don't hear me. And to those who doing the arduous works of freeing thyself. Yes, most humans are in a cage, a psychological cage. But, you know, of course, unfortunately, there's people who are in mines, chained up, chattel slavery in mines, children and adults, as well as child hookers, sex slaves, is still rampant. Thousands of them in mines and child sex slaves on this planet still. It's very tragic. But most humans are in a cage of the mind. The matrix for most people is psychological. You know, you are the warden, not only the Jewish people, but you are the warden and the prison guard, and you're the prisoner and you have the key. All those roles. That's why we have to awaken, okay? And that's why I'm thankful they're Jewish people. They're people of every single race, ethnicity, every single background on the side of truth and freedom, okay? There's Anunnaki, there's reptilians, there's Zeta Greys, there's people from every single ET and terrestrial race on the side of truth and freedom. Maybe not a lot of them, but I'm glad for the few that we have, okay? Because we are in a holographic prison until we awaken. Yes, most humans are in a cage, but aside from up to and including the rent and taxes, even it's a perceptual cage, a holographic prison around us from Abrahamic beliefs and their gods, black magic money systems, the perpetual petrified debt, guilt, war, extreme fears. You know, these are all what the Archons feed on. They love it. 2020 mass formation psychosis was a success with more than half the world. We have the rise of the SDC, all to prove the fact that the Archons are very powerful, very good at what they do, and also suicidal vampires. Why do I say they're suicidal? And why are they afraid of you? Because they know, some of them perhaps know secretly, sure, most of them know that's why they have to hide, because peace and respect are remembered to be the real powers in the second coming of Christ. Love, peace, and respect are remembered to be the foundational, real powers of human life. The laws of free will. If you're not hurting anyone else, you have the right. If you're not hurting anyone else or their stuff, especially if you're not hurting your own spirit or your own physical body, you have the right to do anything you want. You know? You're free. However, under the junior gods, the demiurge, you know, fear, guilt trips, war, and coercion are these massively powerful energy vampires, magic tricks, okay? Serious, massive mass formation, psychological, black magic, mind control tricks are what the devil uses to control more than half the world. Still, it's really sad. Most people are terrified to face this. Why are the Dark Lords or false self-gods afraid of you? Some of you people watching this. Maybe not all. Some of you. Why? They are deadly afraid of your awakening to the real power of the real Christ within humans. They are mortally terrified of those of you who know the real power or fraction of the real power of the real Holy Ghost, Christ Sophia, within you. They are mortally afraid of that, okay? They would do anything to stop you from realizing a fraction of that. That's, you know, because they want to keep us as batteries. We're powerful energy beings, okay? They're deadly afraid of your awakening to the real power of the real Christ within humans' hearts, minds, and souls, because that we are the battery for the Matrix. With no blood, the Archon suckers cannot exist. If somehow we all just raised our frequency, if we were all somehow enlightened, or 65 or 75% of humans were enlightened and stopped feeding the vampire energy vampires, they wouldn't have enough energy to keep the Matrix going. They've been masterful at what they do, but it is over. Only you can awaken yourself from the normal human conditions. Okay, that's right. Wake up, if you haven't already, to the facts that the normal human conditions is psychological slavery to mind control vampires. Psychic nightmare by awareness. Awaken yourself from the normal human conditions of psychic nightmares by awareness, discernment, peace, harmlessness, whenever possible, and respect. Within the awakened human, life can become, once again, as it was way back before the Anunnaki ever got here, a divine playground, a sacred library, a dance party, non-stop, an organic farm, a garden replacing a prison. That's right. You can guerrilla garden right now. You could give yourself and your whole family, your whole community a really powerful gift, and plant a fruit or vegetable seeds somewhere in some of that wet soil right now. There's many things you can do. There's many acts you can take to awaken yourself. And you know, as I've done by making this video, you could transform a hard candy Christmas into something a little different. You could choose to serve others. You could, if you're feeling sad or angry or let down, lonely, or overwhelmed with taking care of a bunch of people, you could choose to take some time to meditate, take some time to give thanks for those things and those people that serve you, that help you to ascend and awaken, and give thanks to those people who even those who harmed you. Give thanks for it all, because if you learned your lesson, if you become real, if you're willing to do that shadow work, then you will, the cliche then rings true, then you become stronger, then you become more, then you become really more of the Holy Ghost within, then you reclaim more of the DNA, then you replug in those 11 strands that Loser 4 unplugged all that million years ago, okay? And only you can do that for yourself. I can't do it for you. I can only give you some help, some helpful hints and tidbits, some information and gnosis. And if you haven't already, like I say, subscribe, follow me for more. Let me know what you thought. And of course, not just today, but celebrate the gifts of life, the true gifts of the Holy Ghost, the real one, every single night and day. Many blessings within the one love, and peace to you, my family.